Can you believe that's scarred straight on the front of his head? It's horrendous. All right, I'm ready.
Right, I'm going to set down a few like house rules. Like I say, there's going to be like a 9-minute timer in there. We'll do like a warm-up thing, which essentially is going to be the start of this video. I've already just recorded. So there's going to be obviously one for every single race of the festival. Not every single race, just the big ones. Fuck the handicap for now. But I'll be splitting them up into separate videos. So you'll be pleased to know this won't be a 4-hour-long video. In this first bit, though, I put a tweet out, didn't I, saying we were recording. There was actually a handful of questions that came in. So we're going to run through them, and then we will move on to each race in isolation. Like I said, I'm going to put a timer on so we can all shut the fuck up when I tell you to. We're going to go. I'm going to record my screen as well, so I've odds checker up. So I want to be really excited because there'll be live odds. There's some dogs in the background if you get bored of what anyone's saying. And I feel like I should give Jamie a new nickname. Jamie the Pilot is what we're going to call you for the rest of this episode. We'll pilot it in this one, and then we'll see how it goes on. Let's move on to the Twitter questions. Everyone happy to do that?
Yeah, mate.
I am sharing the screen. That'll be somewhere on the screen. Going to do them in order they came in with. There's some direct questions for each of you. Maybe not so much for me, but I'm going to direct them to you. Again, time is money. We'll go fairly concise on this, and opinions and stuff might change as we talk throughout the rest of the video, but we'll just keep it short. So I'm going to hand the questions out to each of you two, and maybe I'll pipe up if there's something for me. So in order, the casual gambler. Do you think Facile Vega could still end up in the Ballymore? All of Mullins' Supreme Horses running the Moscow Flyer, and he's not even going there, is he? If Allaho doesn't line up in the Ryanair, there must be good value in one or two big prize horses you could pick out. So I'll chuck in to begin with the Ryanair one. I don't know what the nonsense was on Twitter about the 200% market for William Hill, because the point of non-runner money back is they're not all going to run. You'd get half your stakes back. Anyway, long story short, Fakir Doodler, he's 10-1 non-runner money back on there. Only way he goes is if Allaho doesn't turn up. If Allaho does well, then you get your money back. I think he's a crude price at 10-1. Darren, I'll chuck to you about Facile Vega, because you put him up early in the season, didn't you, for the Ballymore. Do you reckon he could end up in the Ballymore, or is he just going to go Supreme? Daryl Carter.
Hello?
Hey.
There he is. He's back in the room. Daryl Carter, everybody.
Sorry, you were talking for so long, I fell asleep.
Oh, right, so Jamie will be known as the pilot for the rest of the episode, and from now on, I'm going to call you Mike.
All right. No,
well, the casual gambler is called Mike Walker anyway, so hi, Mike.
There's absolutely no chance he goes to Ballymore, Dave. No, I'll put that in at the start of the year because I wanted just to sort of cover, because I do think he's going to end up a bit of a stayer. No, I don't think there's any chance he goes to the Ballymore at all. I think this is the one route, and I don't think it's that deep of a division either. So I think he's a good thing, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Happy days. LFC Links. What's your guys' nap for each day at this current stage? Always likes those questions. I mean, a little bit up your own arse and liking your own question. I'm joking. Love you, LFC Links. My nap for the week would be Mighty Potter. Still think there's some squeaky value in there as well. So Mighty Potter on the Thursday. Jamie, who do you fancy? Nap for the week.
Oh, Dave, you stole my thunder. It's Mighty Potter as well for me.
Mental, Daryl.
Oh, nap of the week. God, I've not even really given this too much thought, to be honest. Well, the one horse that I'm extremely keen on is Grange Clare West. So I hope he does the job on Sunday, and they'll all as a nation. I think it'll be very hard to beat in the Ballymore.
Do you want to put another one in just in case he gets beat on Sunday, and I'll crop the video and re-edit it?
Yeah, all right. God, I haven't really thought this through at all, have I? I've got some decent ones. I think Allegory Devassi can take a world of beating in the mare's chase. She jumps. She puts in anything like she did at the weekend.
Perfect. Well, I'm sorry, LFC Links. We didn't go for an app each day, but I knew that it'd be hard for each one. We will have them. Obviously, when we're doing the videos, we'll probably have a bit of a roundup. But
obviously he supports Liverpool. He's only getting one horse off me.
Oh, savage! Right, casual gamblers back in again. What's the chance of a Cheltenham syndicate horse with O'Brien Racing? I mean, hopefully they'll just give me a horse, won't they? Joe Nathan, Price is Key. I mean, a big fan of his work too. Look how strong the Lawlers is compared to the Challow. Who will Townend go with? Is something going under the radar? So my thoughts on the Lawlers of Nace is, I mean, it normally is a good race. I don't think this year could be an absolute vintage renewal. I think if anything's like, if it's like a bunch finished win, I'll be disappointed. But Jamie, you've already Darryl, you've already touched it, didn't you? Grange Clare West, you fancy, didn't you? And hope he's going to shit home.
Yeah, hope so, mate.
Anything under the radar, Jamie?
I can't see like either or is going to run. Like Gaelic Warriors going to the Moscow Flyer and Grange Clare West is going here. So obviously Town is going to be on Grange Clare West and it'll win now.
Perfect. We've got Clevedon West, who's asked about Braveman's game. Not sure he get the Gold Truck trip. Could be perfect in the Ryanair. He
Absolutely
hasn't been
no
confirmed for the
chance.
Ryanair, is he? Yeah, so
He's no chance. He's no chance in boat races.
We'll wait until the Gold Cup video. Sorry about that, Nathan. Jesus. Right. Todd Sparrow. I mean, if he's not some sort of like the human version of a superhero character, that is an insane name. What order would you put Appreciate, El Fabiolo, Dysart Dynamo, Saint Noir in respect to the Arkle? So, Daryl.
Okay, I'd have El Fabiola at the top. I just think he's got a massive engine. His jumping needs to sharpen up, but there's so many people crabbing him just for his first run over fences. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The novices need to make mistakes. I would then have Appreciate at second, Dysart Dynamo, and then Saint Ra. I think Saint Ra will go up in trip to determine, for what it's worth.
Jamie, same question to you, mate.
For me, it's Dysart Dynamo, number 1. Number 2 is Appreciated. 3, El Violo, and 4 is Saint Ra.
Perfect. So because this is talking about respects for the Arkle, and I'm thinking at Cheltenham, Appreciate for me would be top of the list. Probably El Fabiano and Dysart Dynamo have about the same, but probably Fab round Cheltenham just because Dysart did go right, didn't he? And then Saint Ra, I don't see him as an Arkle horse, probably step up. Like you guys have said, he's also asked, he's got a few questions in there. Blue Lord for the Champion Chase for Ryanair. I'd rather see him in the Ryanair, but after what he did, surely he's got a great Champion Chase. Jamie?
He'd have a right chance in the Ryanair. He's no chance in the Champion Chase.
Daryl?
He'd have a good chance in either of the races he goes to, but I think he'll go Champion Chase.
Nice. And then Nube Negra, is he value at 33 for the Champion Chase? Looks as if there'll be under 8 runners that show up.
Absolutely not.
out the pasture with him. He's useless.
Okay, lovely. Justin Wilson, is the Real Wecker a genuine contender for the Brown Advisory? Cheers. Daryl, you quite liked him, didn't you?
Yeah, his performance at Cheltenham was absolutely sensational on the clock. Yeah, he's definitely got a chance in the Brown Advisory. He's well overpriced. He was 20s, they're cutting 16s, I think. So I think I couldn't put you off backing him each way to 16. The slight caveat is that given his connections, all of a sudden they're dreaming now of the Gold Cup. And that is a problem when you have connections, with all due respect, that are not used to target and Cheltenham races. They tend to sort of dream a bit too big. He'd have a good chance at the Brown Advisory. He'd have no chance in the Gold Cup.
Jamie, do you like him?
I do like him, but I suppose he has a chance in it. Like the Brown Advisory, we'll go into it's really wide open, like with no the nice guy. So he has to have a chance, all right, yeah, but he's not for me, no.
Fair enough. And I'm just a quick one on this one because we will cover it in the Brown Advisory. I think he's okay. I would imagine if they've got the Gold Cup entry that they might go Cotswold Chase because he's raced exclusively at Cheltenham since he's been with Patrick Neville and his last run for Anne Duffield. So I think that would be an interesting one because there won't be a worldie in there. It's only a grade 2. If he does beat something, though, they might do the Gold Cup route. So weirdy one, isn't he? I mean, I don't think he'd win either personally, but I'd rather come third in a Gold Cup than third in an RSA. Liam Firkin, interested to get all your thoughts on how you think the handicaps will shape up now that 4 runs are required instead of 3. Novice has obviously done well in recent years, but I'm struggling to see many lining up in March. I mean, it is a fair point. I haven't thought about it too much. There is the recent horse that's been rated 138 that everyone's rimming, aren't they, that can't run in the Betfair hurdle. I think Keeley put him up for the Supreme as an outsider. I hadn't given it too much thought when the rule came out. It will make a massive difference, but I hadn't thought about it. Had either of you, Daryl, thought about the handicap? Is the fact they've got to have an extra one, the novices?
Yeah, it's on the back of my mind, to be honest with you. I've seen the likes of Nigel Twist and Davies trying to get horses out quickly, Master Chewy being one of them. I think we're going to see a lot less novices in handicap hurdles, particularly this year. So I think we might have to start looking for another angle. I don't think the state man rule is going to do us punters any favours at all.
Yeah, fair enough. And Jamie, what's your thoughts on it? Maybe there's not going to be as unexposed now, are they? But have you got anything you're thinking about with it?
No, not really, Dave. I haven't really looked at handicap. I have a couple of horses in my head, obviously, for a couple of handicaps, but we'll get on to that closer to the time.
Oh, well, we'll get on to that in a minute because someone's asked us a question. But Shane's asked, does Paul Nicholls finally win a festival race again? I reckon he definitely does this year. Daryl, does he win one?
I don't think so. I know you fancy Hermes Allen. He's, I couldn't have him, but
Jamie,
I don't think he'll win a race.
But he's only 2 horses, really. Dave is Braven's game, no chance. Hermes Allen will have to be the Willie Mullins horse, and that's about it, really.
Well, Hitman would be interesting if he ran in the
Ryanair.
But he's
Ryanair,
that again.
that's depending on one horse. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful. And we will talk about this later on, but it's a good time to talk about it now. We talked about the fact that Paul Nicholls doesn't target Cheltenham. I've said to you boys for years, haven't I, that he just hasn't had any Cheltenham Festival horses. So it's nice to see the fact that he has got a couple
Morale
that
might
could
win
go
the
there.
plate.
What's that?
Morale might win the plate.
And thank you, everyone. It's been lovely talking to you. Right. What's your lay of the festival? And then this is from Bag of Hammers. He said that the price would be Facile Vega for him. So lay of the festival. Jamie, you go first.
The lay of the festival. Oh, Flooring Porter.
Nice. Daryl?
Hermes Allen.
Oh.
Mine would be John Bon all day long. Don't know what will beat him, but
Jesus,
something will beat him. Right. Ian Rayner from the Cheltenham Exchange. Please go and subscribe to their channel, but of course, make sure you subscribe to this one too. Have you found any gems in two tough markets, the Stairs and the Ballymore? My answer is no. Jamie?
Ballymore. Well, Plains Car West. But gem in it. Oh, not much. Stairs Hurdle. All depends if Mr. Burns' horse runs there in a couple of weeks' time. Blazing Cow.
Daryl, those two races, anything in particular?
Well, the gem is Grange Clare West at 8-1.
Yeah.
That'll be a strong fav after the weekend. So I think that is a gem at 8-1. I think in the Stayers, I'm quite interested in this meet or greet, see what he does. But he's rated around 142. The British handicapper will put him up a bit. They might be tempted to go somewhere else like with that sort of rating. But he's a young improving horse. He's about 33-1. He hasn't finished too far behind the market principles in his last couple of starts, so he could improve.
Nice. And then we've got a final question from Harp. He's done a YouTube channel, got loads of anti-post videos on there, so go subscribe to him. What Irish horses has Jamie got on the radar for any handicaps at Cheltenham? Jamie, have you got any under the radar you want to quickly just nip into now?
I suppose the one in my head, Dave Reid, that stands out is that it all depends where a horse from Guardian Elliott goes. His 3-card brag. Is he going pipe or is he going to Bartlett? If he runs in the pipe, he'll win.
Oh, I love it. So I feel like that's answered the questions on Twitter. Anything else you want to talk about quickly before we move on to doing each race in isolation and really getting excited?
Daryl Carr, did you mention a horse there a couple of days ago in Bedford, Daryl? I'm going to text you and say, will you shut up? So Scottish has to have a great chance in the plate.
Yeah,
I saw him too. Don't worry about
that. I've been waiting for a few weeks to thinking about whether to put him up or not. Put him on the corner.
Quiet.
Yeah, I just thought like the markets were just trimming up, aren't they? Just coming up to the no bet season. I just got to put him in because I don't think he's.
Oh, he's definitely well handicapped.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have him for the Grand Annual either because
no chance. No.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Willie Mullins might have a horse for the Grand Annual actually this year.
Oh, God, let's stop it. Right, we're not doing handicaps. We're going to do all the decent races. But like Daryl's just touched on there, we are getting non-1 bet coming in. This is the prime time to do it. I know the videos were well received last year. Hopefully we'll get you a good few pointers to a few winners. We're going to kick off with the Supreme. So a link to that video will be somewhere on the screen. Please do like the video, comment and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you again in a second.